I'm Jan from Slovakia, I'm not from Tunisia, and I was selected as a speaker probably because I'm least knowledgeable from our group about Tunisia, so I will feel the least pain about presenting the oversimplified picture. So basically, this is not for reading, this is just for an illustration that we have drawn certain kind of a mind map of the situation, and we have identified basically three conversations or discourses that are going on in Tunisian society right now. The very first one, which was in fact the starting point for the popular movement, was the discourse about the dignity and work. And then there are now like two more discourses. The second one is more about the political processes going on now, especially talking about the constitution, new constitution. And the third discourse is about the role of traditions in the society, which is now going more in a way of discourse of the more conservative, maybe more religious part or religious point of view. What is happening now is that the original discourse on dignity and work is probably somehow losing its original power, and is being marginalized somehow among these two new political and traditional discourse. The current situation is that these two new discourses are supported with the new political developments, with conservative or Islamist party coming to power after elections, and there is a fear in part of the society that this can lead into certain just unilateral one-way development and looking at the situation, and this is the situation which would require, in usual circumstances, strong civil society as a kind of a counterpart or balancing these discourses and this situation, and that's maybe one of the main issues or challenges in the situation, that civil society is not developed yet. It's more almost either-or situation. Either you have a need or you have the capacity to fulfill it. So there is lack on the side of the civil society to really react and being organized enough and being able to intervene into these discourses. And moreover, the civil society appears to be at least partially politicized, not in a sense that reacting to the political issues and political questions raised, but in a way that taking certain sides and affiliations with political parties. So that was a really oversimplified image, and even scratched somehow by my Slovak experience. And then we tried to name or to identify key challenges that we see in the situation, and we came with three, maybe most important, one of the most important issues in that situation. And it's necessary to know that there was only one person as a real resident of Tunisia in our group, so we have to be in a way also careful about our conclusions, not to make them too strong from the point of view that most of us were out of the context. And we have seen these three. The first challenge is the situation of poverty, or rather non-equity within the society. Tunisian society seems to be centralized towards the northern part of Tunisia, maybe around two big cities. And there are kind of disparities and differences which make the situation more difficult. Then the second point was big need for reforms of certain institutions, mainly institutions, and we have named namely three of them. First one was police, because the population in general feels that that the security situation is not in a way that they would like it to have, and the police is one of the key institutions, key factors of really how to put it, increasing the feeling of security within the society. Then there was educational reform, which is connected with education towards more awareness about the citizenship and about the rights of the persons that then they can claim for their fulfillment. And then there was mentioned as an institution which need to be reformed somehow, the media, that appear right now, they seem now to go with the, or at least the mainstream part of the media, to go with the winners. That means from former regime now following the winner of the elections. And the third challenge was the civil society that I already mentioned, and that's a broad field that needs for sure the deeper needs assessment, that what is needed. Many things were mentioned, but maybe like two or three main points. The one was the capacity of the organizations, the capacity of the NGOs is really at the beginning, and it has to be built more to be able to act really act on the issues and being a counterpart to the state institutions, and possibly then work in a way that well, let's finish here. It's 1 minute. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Jan. There's one other thing on the chart there, maybe worth mentioning. It was a suggestion to the EU that they could, in terms of employment, establish some kind of budget for entrepreneurship to develop entrepreneurs, which seems to be a gap in Tunisia, not something that's been encouraged in the past, unlike in places like Lebanon, but to create a capacity and facility for that. Thank you very much. Okay, next volunteer. Thank you. Egypt.
Yes, I will speak on behalf of Egypt Group.